came into media saying that it's a sleeping partner, but investigations suggest there's a possibility that they're quite active in the operations and management of the Rovio Lane nightclub that is owned by Luthra brothers in several locations of Goa. Bharat Kohli is also arrested by... pardon? Bharat Kohli is also arrested by the...
And Swali, let's take a view through all the criminal charges that are against the Luthra brothers. We have seen that the charges are quite serious. And just take a view through those charges that have been filed against them.
FIR has been registered under the sections of BNS 105-125-AC and to be very specific, 105 is culpable homicide, attempt to murder. On the other hand, 125A and B suggest that endangering the lives of people. On the other hand, 287 is regarding the inappropriate use of fire or combustible matter. We all know that there was a performer at the spot when the fire incident took place. There was a fire show that was being executed by the performer, by the same performer, and that became the major reason for this fire incident because the entire construction, entire building was engulfed in places where the tragic intensity. I need to tell our viewers that 23 people who have succumbed to death, they went down to take a shelter from this fire. They went in the underground kitchen. We have been constantly showing you through the visuals how and there was a water body surrounding the same building, but still people couldn't be saved. The reason behind this is that there's an underground construction. The kitchen was placed below the ground. You can understand how much dangerous was it, and people would have suffered. The way people would have suffered, and you also know that justice was demanded by the families of deceased and the people from Goa because it's very important that Goa is a tourism hotspot. There are several such nightclubs, restaurants and bars which are operating. Thousands of people from Goa, and this is a festive season. This is the month of December. New Year is supposed to come.
Yes, Sorali, well, we're coming back after a short break, viewers. Pictures coming in from the Goa airport. Luthra brothers land at the Goa airport. Next, they will be taken to the Mapusa court. They will finally face the law. Stay tuned.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
We are live and breaking. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. Just a moment back, Luthra brothers have finally landed in Goa. They will be interrogated by the cops and they will face the law. All this much more coming up, but the headlines first. Let's get started. Shocking case of triple murder in UP Shamli. Man shoots wife and two daughters over a burqa dispute.
अभी ये मत लो यार। अच्छा ठीक। बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
Congress maintains insult to armed forces of Sudur, says did not make any distasteful remark.
और कांग्रेस की एक आदत सी बन गई है कि देश को अपमानित करना, सेना के शौर्य को अपमानित करना, ये देश कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा।
BJP hits out at Congress party, says they have a habit of towing Pakistan line. Luthra duo in custody of Goa Police to be taken to Mapusa court upon landing in Goa. Indian Army completes Apache fleet as final batch arrives. Viewers, the Luthra brothers, owners of the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub, landed in Goa just a short while back after their deportation from Thailand. Learned that Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra were seated in the last row of the aircraft, accompanied by 4 to 5 officials from Indian authorities and the enforcement agencies to avoid disturbing other passengers. They are now have landed in Goa, where they will be produced before the Mapusa court. Meanwhile, security has been heightened as they landed in Goa a short while back. So we're getting those pictures coming in from the Goa airport. We see that that both the brothers have finally landed at the Goa airport. At the same time, we see that the owners have landed. The Goa police arrested the accused brothers after they were deported from Thailand. Let's go to Surali, who's joining us. Surali, after deportation from Thailand, the Goa police sought transit remand of the nightclub owners. After the transit remand, the Goa police got them here where they are. What is next for the Luthra brothers? We know they will be produced in court very soon.
Yes, that's true. Let me tell you that they have been taken to Asilo Hospital, which is a district hospital in Mapusa for the medical checkup, and then they'll immediately move to Anjuna Police Station, where we all know that FIR has been registered. This entire case is in the jurisdiction of Anjuna Police Station under the sections of BNS 105, 125 and 287, post which they'll be produced in the Mapusa court, where we will understand how many days of remand is given to the Goa police for further interrogation, as several aspects, several layers and several angles of investigation are to be explored by the Goa police, and indefinitely Goa police is going to go tough on the interrogation with the Luthra brothers, and everything will be asked. How was the trade license availed in just 2 days without all the measures, checks and balances in place? Maybe fire energy, or allegedly it was in a CR, that zone, that is coastal regulation zone, and how many other illegal businesses are being operated by Luthra brothers, if any. All those angles will be investigated by the Goa police, and a lot of information, lot of inputs are expected from the Luthra brothers, who are the alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy and owners of Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub, wherein this tragic fire incident unfolded. 25 people had to lose their lives. We also know that around 9 arrests have been done in this entire case, including the third partner, Ajay Gupta, who is claiming there is a sleeping partner, but there is a possibility that, according to highly placed sources in Goa police, there's a possibility that he was very active in the management of Romeo Lane nightclubs across the state of Goa. Now, the Goa police is arrested. On the other hand, 3 government officers are suspended, who are the former director of Pollution Control Board, former director and secretary of Panchayat, because several such licenses were approved without the parameters in place, due to which people had to lose, innocent people had to lose their lives, and when 25 people die, 25 families are devastated. Several were the staff members of the Birch nightclub itself. They had come from various states of India, and even from Nepal for that matter, Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand and Nepal. That's all information we have right now. As soon as they reach to Anjuna Police Station, after all the formalities are done, they'll be produced in the Mapusa court. Back to you.
Yes, and Surali, I also want to ask our viewers a little bit more about, ask you to tell our viewers about what exactly has been happening over the past few days. It took 10-11 days to deport both these brothers, and they, of course, had their own reasoning as to why they left India. Some of them say that, the lawyers say that perhaps it was because they had other business plans. But of course, it was a very clear attempt to evade the law here.
Yes, that's true. All the efforts were being made to rid the law of land and avoid arrest and interrogation. As we all know that around midnight on the 6th December, this tragic incident unfolded. It was a tragic night and 25 people had to lose their lives post which in just an hour. At 1:17 a.m., Luthra brothers booked their tickets and at 5:30 a.m., they flight to Thailand for Phuket. They fly to Phuket in Thailand. Post which an FIR is being registered, a lookout notice is being sent, after which it comes into the light that Luthra brothers have fled the country, post which Interpol releases a blue corner notice to check about the whereabouts of these Luthra brothers. And then
कल एक फैसला अदालत का आया और यह फैसला क्या है? क्या यह क्लीन चिट है? क्या यह टेक्निकल आधार पर दिया गया है? यह स्पष्ट होना बहुत ही आवश्यक है, क्योंकि हम सब जानते हैं जो नकली गांधी परिवार है, यह केवल फरेब, धोखा, प्रोपेगेंडा, इस पर ही जीवित रहता है। तो मैं ये बता दूं, दो मामले। पहला मामला एक प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट जो कि फाइल करी गई सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी जी द्वारा, और इस प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट में धाराएं क्या थी? धाराएं थी 403 डिसऑनेस्ट मिस एप्रोप्रिएशन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, 406 क्रिमिनल ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट, और सबसे जरूरी 420 चीटिंग, धोखाधड़ी। ये आरोप लगे सोनिया गांधी और राहुल गांधी पे। ये पहला मामला है। आज सवाल यह है, क्या ये पहला मामला निरस्त हो गया? क्या ये खत्म हो गया? तो तथ्य यह है कि ये जो पहला मामला है, इसका ट्रायल अभी भी चल रहा है। सोनिया गांधी एक्यूज नंबर 1 अभी भी है, राहुल गांधी एक्यूज नंबर 2 अभी भी है। दूसरा तथ्य यह है, ये जो 420 चीटिंग, धोखाधड़ी का मामला है, नेशनल हेराल्ड एजेएल कंपनी की 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति जो इन्होंने हड़पी है, इसमें 7 साल की सजा है, और यह मामला अभी चल रहा है, खत्म नहीं हुआ है। यह बात कांग्रेस पार्टी ना किसी को बता रही है, और जब पत्रकार बंधुओं ने यह सवाल आज प्रेस वार्ता में पूछा, तो ना मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी के पास इसका कोई उत्तर था, और ना अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी, जो मेरे साथी हैं, वरिष्ठ अधिवक्ता हैं, उनके पास कोई उत्तर था। तीसरा तथ्य, सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी, दे आर एक्यूज्ड इन दिस ट्रायल एंड दे आर आउट ऑन बेल। आज भी वो बेल पे बाहर हैं 420 करने के आरोप पर। वो मामला है अभी। और यह कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि सबसे भ्रष्टाचारी परिवार पूरे विश्व में राजनीति में कोई है तो वो नकली गांधी परिवार है। 3 सदस्य, सोनिया गांधी जी बेल पे बाहर, राहुल गांधी बेल पे बाहर, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा बेल पे बाहर। ये बेलगाड़ी है, बेलगाड़ी, जैसा आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी कहते हैं। और मैं ये बता दूं, ये बहुत अहम बात है, ये जो पहला मामला है 420 का, 7 साल की सजा हो सकती है इसमें। इसको निरस्त कराने के लिए दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट गई सोनिया गांधी और साथ में राहुल गांधी। आदेश क्या हुआ? प्रथम दृष्टया दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट ने कहा कि यह मामला बहुत ही गंभीर है, इसको हम क्वॉश नहीं करेंगे। उसके बाद ये देखिए, मेरे हाथ में आदेश है, सोनिया गांधी जी का नाम लिखा हुआ है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय जाती हैं। यह आदेश है 12 जून 2016 का। भ्रष्टाचारी एक्यूज्ड गांधी परिवार, सोनिया गांधी और राहुल गांधी सर्वोच्च न्यायालय गए। क्या सर्वोच्च न्यायालय से इनको कोई राहत मिली? तो मैं एक लाइन पढ़ देता हूं 2016 के इस आदेश से, जिसमें सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने क्या टिप्पणी करी। सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने कहा, इन रिजेक्टिंग द प्रेयर फॉर क्वॉशिंग द प्रोसीडिंग अगेंस्ट द पिटिशनर्स is concerned, we find no justification in interfering therewith. कोई वजह नहीं है कि इस मामले को निरस्त किया जाए। राजनीतिक द्वेष नहीं दिखाई दिया। और आज मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी, डॉक्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी क्या बोले? राजनीतिक द्वेष का मामला है। तो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने तो कहा यह राजनीतिक द्वेष का मामला नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर राजनीतिक द्वेष से कोई मामला है तो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का ही जजमेंट है, भजनलाल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेंच, कि वो मामला निरस्त किया जा सकता है। नहीं किया गया। अब दूसरी बात यह आती है, डॉक्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी क्या ये नहीं जानते, प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट में जहां न्यायालय ने संज्ञान लिया है, राजनीतिक द्वेष कहां से आ जाएगा? संज्ञान तो न्यायालय ले रहा है, पुलिस तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर नहीं रही, एफआईआर तो है नहीं। तो ये जो राजनीतिक द्वेष वाला इनका तर्क है, ये पूरी तरह से गिर जाता है। इसके साथ मैं एक बात और जरूर कहना चाहता हूं। कल एक प्रेस वार्ता पवन खेड़ा जी ने करी, और वो प्रेस वार्ता में जिन शब्दों का प्रयोग हुआ, उससे सबको बड़ी पीड़ा हुई है, हर भारतीय को, और खासकर गांधीनगर के जो निवासी हैं। एक वक्तव्य दिया गया, गैंग्स ऑफ गांधीनगर, गैंग्स ऑफ गांधीनगर। ये गैंग्स ऑफ गांधीनगर क्या है? अगर इनकी ही भाषा में जवाब दिया जाए तो भारत के लोग तो कहते हैं डकैत ऑफ इटली, डेकॉइट्स ऑफ इटली। ये लोग भारत को लूटने आते हैं, लूटते हैं, बिना नागरिक हुए वोट करने का प्रयास करते हैं, और उसके बाद गांधीनगर के जो हमारे नागरिक हैं, ईमानदार, मेहनती, कर्मठ, देश प्रेमी, उनका अपमान करते हैं इस तरह से। तो मैं कह देता हूं, पवन खेड़ा जी को माफी मांगनी चाहिए, खड़गे जी को माफी मांगनी चाहिए पूरे देश से। और जो प्रश्न हम लोग उठाने जा रहे हैं, ये बड़े महत्वपूर्ण हैं। ये जो कल फैसला आया है, ये दूसरा मामला है। ये क्या मामला है मैं आपको बता दूं। पीएमएलए का कानून है मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का। आप एक प्रेडिकेट ऑफेंस होना आवश्यक है, जिसकी सूची पीएमएलए एक्ट ऑफ 2002 में दी गई है। और ये जो सारे 420 इंडियन पीनल कोड का ये प्रेडिकेट ऑफेंस है। लेकिन कल न्यायाधीश जी ने ये कहा क्योंकि ये प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट है, इसलिए एफआईआर नहीं है, तो मैं इसका संज्ञान नहीं ले रहा। ये टेक्निकल बात थी। लेकिन हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए इसके साथ और क्या क्या कहा। उसी फैसले में यह कहा है कि ईडी कैन कंटिन्यू विद फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन। ईडी अपनी जांच को आगे बढ़ा सकती है। उस मामले को निरस्त नहीं किया न्यायालय ने। अब विधिक तौर पे यह भी हमें पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये ट्रायल कोर्ट का फैसला है, इसको इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी अगर चाहे तो उच्च न्यायालय में भी चुनौती दे सकती है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में भी जा सकती है, फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी कर सकती है। तो ये क्या जीत है? ये हो हल्ला है किस बात का? और एक बड़ा संदेश मैं यहां से कुछ बिंदु उठा के देना चाहता हूं। आप याद करिए राहुल गांधी जी और अभी गौरव गोगोई जी ने संसद के पटल पर क्या कहा। उन्होंने कहा भारत की जुडिशरी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है। ये गौरव गोगोई जी का वक्तव्य है। राहुल गांधी जी ने कहा भारत की जुडिशरी ये दो लोग चला रहे हैं। तो आज हमारे ट्रायल कोर्ट के जो न्यायाधीश हैं, आप देखिए वो संविधान संगत फैसला कांग्रेस तो मान रही है। तो यह भी स्पष्ट हो गया कि भारत का लोकतंत्र मजबूत है, जुडिशरी भी मजबूत है और यहां जितनी संवैधानिक संस्थाएं हैं वो सब मजबूत हैं। दूसरी बात, ये लोग पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा की करते हैं और आज ही की प्रेस वार्ता में खड़गे जी ने ये बात उठाई। उन्होंने कहा इंटेरोगेशन राहुल गांधी जी का, सोनिया गांधी जी का ईडी ने किया था। अब आप देखिए, जब ये कहते हैं कि जांच एजेंसियों पे दबाव है, ये इंटेरोगेशन होने के बाद अरेस्ट नहीं हुई। अब आप देखिए निष्पक्षता, इस पे खड़गे जी क्या बोलेंगे। आज उन्हें न्यायपालिका अच्छी लग रही है। ये वैसे ही है जैसे निर्वाचन आयोग तेलंगाना, कर्नाटका, हिमाचल के परिणाम आने के बाद अच्छा हो जाता है, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र, हरियाणा और दिल्ली जब इसके परिणाम आते हैं तो खराब हो जाता है, वोट चोरी हो जाती है। यह दोहरा रवैया ये क्या दिखाता है? ये दिखाता है कांग्रेस पार्टी अंदर से खोखली हो गई है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के पास अब मादा नहीं रहा कि वो भारत के संविधान के तहत कार्य कर सके। और ये नेशनल हेराल्ड मामले में कुछ सवाल जनता पूछ रही है। पहला सवाल जनता ये पूछ रही है, ये राजनीतिक पार्टी इसको 2000 करोड़ रुपए की जो संपत्ति है एजेएल की, इसमें इतनी रुचि क्यों है? इनका काम तो समाज सेवा होना चाहिए, देश को मजबूत करना होना चाहिए। 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति एजेएल में, और उसमें रुचि सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी जी की। और आप धोखाधड़ी देखिए, धोखाधड़ी ऐसी वैसी नहीं। 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति थी एजेएल में, 90 करोड़ रुपए का ऋण था, ऋण 90 करोड़ का। तो कोई और होता तो 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति में 100 करोड़ की संपत्ति कम भाव में भी बेच के 90 करोड़ का ऋण चुका देता। बचता कितना? 1900 करोड़। लेकिन नहीं, सोनिया गांधी जी 38% स्टेक लेती हैं और राहुल गांधी 38% स्टेक लेते हैं। एक कंपनी यंग इंडिया, और 50 लाख रुपए का पेमेंट करते हैं एजेएल को। 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति अब किसके नाम है? जो मेजॉरिटी स्टेक होल्डर है यंग इंडिया में, राहुल गांधी और सोनिया गांधी। रुपया कितना दिया? 50 लाख। संपत्ति कितनी पाई? 2000 करोड़। ऋण था केवल 90 करोड़ का। और बड़ी बात क्या है, देखिए, ऐसे ही कोई इनको डेकॉइट ऑफ इटली के डकैत नहीं बुलाता है। जो 50 लाख दिया था वो भी अपनी जेब से नहीं दिया था सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी जी ने। वो भी एक कंपनी थी डोटेक्स, डोटेक्स ने 1 करोड़ रुपया दिया, उसमें से 50 लाख दिया। मतलब चवन्नी अपनी जेब से नहीं गई और 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति इन्होंने अपने कंट्रोल में ले ली। अब पहले केस के बारे में जो मैंने प्रश्न पूछे, उसका उत्तर सोनिया गांधी जी, राहुल गांधी जी में तो हिम्मत ही नहीं है कि दे दे। मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी नहीं दे रहे। अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी विधि के ज्ञाता है, लेकिन दबाव में इतने हैं कि जब वो प्रेस वार्ता कर रहे थे तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि राहुल गांधी के लिए बोलने के लिए वो संविधान को, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट को और जो हमारी प्रोसीजरल कोड्स हैं उनको दरकिनार कर रहे हैं। दूसरा, ये जो सवाल पूछे हैं 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति का आपको करना क्या है। तीसरा बड़ा एक और इसका बिंदु है, वो है कई प्रॉपर्टीज ऐसी हैं जिसमें एक एक प्रॉपर्टी से 60 लाख रुपए रेंट प्रति माह आ रहा है। 60 लाख रुपए एक प्रॉपर्टी से। अब 60 लाख रुपए अगर रेंट एक प्रॉपर्टी से आ रहा है तो 50 लाख रुपए दे के आप 2000 करोड़ रुपए ले रहे हैं। क्यों? यह दिखाता है कि कितने महाधूर्त हैं, ये महाभ्रष्टाचारी हैं, महापापी हैं, और इनका काम केवल एक है, लूट खसोट करो और नकली गांधी परिवार की तिजोरी भरो। मैं एक लाइन और पढ़ना चाहता हूं। यह दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय का जो जजमेंट था उसका पैरा 4 है और पैरा 5। Undisputedly, National Herald building is a prime property in New Delhi, which was leased out for commercial purpose, and AGL is receiving rental of 60 lakh rupees per month in respect of this property alone. और दूसरा, thus AGL became a wholly owned company of Young India by merely paying 50 lakhs, and in this manner, Young India acquired complete control of AGL, which had real estate assets of at least 2000 crores. High Court कह रहा है दिल्ली का. In prime areas of New Delhi, Lucknow, Bhopal, Mumbai, Indore, Patna, Panchkula and other places, according to respondent complainant, the conservative real estate worth of AGL is 5000 crores. दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय क्या कह रहा है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय क्या कह रहा है, ये मैंने आपको बता दिया। और उसके बाद भी इतना हो हल्ला कांग्रेस हेडक्वार्टर में, जो प्रश्न जनता पूछ रही है उस पर कोई उत्तर नहीं। आज ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा, डेकॉइट्स ऑफ इटली, नकली गांधी परिवार सबसे बड़ा भ्रष्टाचारी है, और इनका एक ही असूल है, मीठा मीठा गपगप, कड़वा कड़वा थू थू। आज न्यायपालिका अच्छी है, जो जजमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट, ट्रायल कोर्ट के आते हैं, इनके लिए सुविधाजनक नहीं होते हैं, तो ये न्यायपालिका पे भी उंगली उठाते हैं, और यही काम निर्वाचन आयोग के लिए करते हैं। तो मैं इतना ही कहूंगा, जो लोग आज कह रहे हैं ये राहत है, आगे चल के देखते हैं, जो ट्रायल अभी चल रहा है, अगर ऐसा होता है कि 7 साल की सजा होती है, जो कि मुमकिन है, तब यही कांग्रेस पार्टी, यही नकली गांधी परिवार, यही मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी न्यायपालिका में ऐसी ही आस्था व्यक्त करेंगे। ये उम्मीद हमें जरूर है। धन्यवाद। इफ देयर आर एनी क्वेश्चंस वी कैन टेक।
प्रश्न अगर ठीक है, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Getting you some more updates coming in, viewers. The Indian Army has gone ahead and inducted the final batch of the 3 Apache AH-64E attack helicopters, completing its planned fleet with the first pictures of the newly arrived flying tanks emerging. The arrival of the last helicopters marks a significant boost to the Army Aviation Corps combat capabilities, enhancing precision strike, close air support and battlefield survivability. As Apaches are equipped with advanced sensors, weapons, systems and night fighting abilities. First pictures on your screen, viewers, coming in, first pictures coming in. These are one of the most powerful helicopters, multi-role combat helicopters that you're seeing on your screen. Exclusive pictures only on Republic TV. Indian Army receiving the final batch of the 3 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, completing its 6-unit fleet at the Army Aviation Squadron based in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. The helicopters landed at Hindon Air Force Station before being inducted into service. I want to go to Ishan, who's joining us. Ishan, these are some of the most advanced multi-role combat helicopters, and they have a cutting-edge avionics sensors and weapon systems. Just help our viewers understand why this is a significant addition to India's defense.
Absolutely. The Indian Army received these AH-64 Apache helicopters. These helicopters are known as the flying tank. They were received at the Indian Air Base yesterday, and the visuals are shown that these three helicopters. Now, these three helicopters complete the squadron of the Indian Army that had ordered these helicopters long ago. Now, what has happened is these helicopters have a lot of multitude of weapons ranging all the way from Hellfire missiles to the 30 chain gun, and most importantly, heat-seeking missiles and air-to-ground attack capabilities. These helicopters will be inducted in a multi-role capacity in the Indian Army, wherein they will be providing close combat support to the Indian troops and Indian infantry. Apart from that, they will also play a very crucial anti-armor role, and this will be in addition to the LCH Prachand that have already been inducted with the Indian Army Aviation Wing. These helicopters are primarily very important for the Indian Army because these will be patrolling mostly in the western sector, which have vast swaths of open land, and armor and mobile infantry vehicles can move very quickly in these regions. And these helicopters will play this crucial role of stemming the progression of these vehicles.
Yes, Sean, taking a short break right now. Thank you for getting us those pictures. A big boost to the Indian defense, offensive and deterrence capabilities along the western border. Taking a short break. Do not go anywhere, viewers. On the other side, we put our focus on some of the other stories coming in. Shocking case of triple murder in UP Shamli. Man shoots wife and two daughters over a burqa dispute. Congress maintains insult to the armed forces over Operation Sindoor and says it did not make any distasteful remark.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा प्योर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ, 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The world is teetering on the brink of a possible third world war, which could end up in a nuclear Armageddon.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा प्योर मसाला।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
The world is teetering on the brink of a possible third world war, which could end up in a nuclear Armageddon. I am not saying this. This is a clear statement, a clear.
Thank you for joining us on this wheel of the breaking news bulletin. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you at 12 p.m. with three big stories, and a story we broke last night of the Congress insulting the army on Vijay Divas. We felt this morning when we go back to Prithviraj Chavan, who served as a union minister very close to the Vadra Gandhi family and has been a former chief minister, we felt he would apologize, but he has not. He has doubled down. All that and more coming up, including an exclusive on Parth Pawar. Here are the headlines this afternoon. Pro-Pak Congress defends the insult. Prithviraj Chavan says no question of an apology for taking a pro-Pakistan line.
Okay. Am I right to ask questions? अभी ये मत लो यार।
अच्छा ठीक।
बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
Prithviraj Chavan cites the Constitution. When asked for the apology, says he will not give one. He justifies his insult to the army. Congress leadership goes completely silent on Prithviraj Chavan's statement insulting the army. No apology. Top leaders have gone completely silent, backing Prithviraj Chavan. It's the burqa triple murder. A man kills his wife and two daughters, young daughters, over not wearing a burqa, buries them at home in Uttar Pradesh, Shamli. Murder takes place 6 days ago. There are pictures of the excavation, bodies excavated after 6 days in Shamli, Uttar Pradesh, of the wife and two daughters. And ladies and gentlemen, Republic, the only national media network independent, not giving up on Parth Pawar, the scam and how he got away. His signature is on paper. Signature that proves he pushed the envelope to get the land, a sweet deal to snatch government land. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Congress leader and former Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan today chose defiance over apology. Confronted over his remarks on India's armed forces, he refused to apologize, insisting that an apology was out of question and invoking the Constitution this morning with the media to justify himself. Chavan's original statement last night of the Congress party is no small leader, that India was completely defeated during Operation Sindoor and that the Indian Air Force was fully grounded, and his public questioning of whether the country even needs a large Indian army of 12 lakh were a direct affront coming on Vijay Divas. Let's show you the pictures and the graphics of what he said. He said it on the 16th of December, yesterday, on Vijay Divas. And coming from a former chief minister and someone very, very close to the Vadra Gandhi family, his remarks mirror the Pakistan narrative pushed by both Islamabad and Beijing after Operation Sindoor. This is exactly what China, Pakistan said. And it's not about silencing dissent or political disagreement. It's about drawing a firm line where he should have stopped. He should have apologized this morning. He did not. Congress has a record of making such statements. Pictures showed how we destroyed Pakistan air bases in Operation Sindoor and taught them a lesson that they will never forget. For the Pahalgam attack in April this year, it's a shame that they chose to first make that statement and today defend it. Here's what Prithviraj Chavan said last night and how he defended it this morning.
पहिल्या दिवशी आपला संपूर्ण पराभव झाला. 7 तारखेला जे हवाई युद्ध अर्ध्या तासात झालं त्यामध्ये आपला टोटल पराभव झाला. हे कोणी मान्य करो अगर न करो. आणि त्यामुळे त्या दिवशी भारताची जी विमानं पडली त्या दिवशी सगळा भारताचा एअरफोर्स हा ग्राउंड झाला आणि त्यानंतर एकही विमान उडलं नाही. पण कुठेही विमान उडलं की पाकिस्तानचं तुमचं विमान ग्वाल्हेर असेल किंवा भटिंडा असेल किंवा सिरसा असेल तिथं वाढायची शक्यता असल्यामुळं आपलं कम्प्लीट एअरफोर्स ग्राउंड झालं.
मैं बाद में आराम से बात करूंगा. अभी आराम से बात करेंगे. तो आपको जो बयान है उस पर आप माफी मांग रहे हैं? बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. हाँ जी सर, सवाल नहीं उठता. सवाल मैं बात करूंगा ना डिटेल में. माफी मांगने का सवाल. माफी कहाँ मांगू? लेकिन आपके हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट गलत था क्या सर? बिल्कुल लोग मीडिया में वही सब जगह ऐसे ही चला कि अपमान हुआ है. मैं करूंगा, डिटेल बात करूंगा जी. आई विल टॉक टू मीडिया प्रॉपर्ली. सो आर यू अपोलोजाइजिंग राइट नाउ? अरे आउट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. ओके. माय राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस. अभी ये मत लो यार. अच्छा ठीक. बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स मी राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस.
Joining me on the broadcast this afternoon is Aishanya Dwivedi. We spoke a few months back, Aishanya, on the aftermath of Operation Sindoor. In fact, at that point, you were a little hesitant to, get into the politics of it. But hearing the statement, you just heard what a minister said, a former chief minister, he's been a union minister, very senior leader of the Congress party. His party has made such comments after Operation Sindoor. Wanted to get your response to it.
See, if he says that it has got the right to question, my question to him is, why are you questioning Indian Army? If you want to question in whatever way, in political way. But this is a national thing. This is something which involves nation, which involves army, which does not involve any political thing. Pahalgam, Operation Sindoor, Operation Mahadev, any actions taken against the act, what terrorist act happened in Pahalgam, is everything related to army. There's nothing related to any party. Still somebody who's an Indian coming up and asking these questions the army, not any political leaders, not any political leaders. It is you are disrespecting Indian army. And if he is well educated, he should know this, that in the satellite we have got the pictures where it is shown clearly that the army, that the terrorist base which were destroyed, in the satellite image it is shown clearly. Still these people coming up and questioning things like that, it is directly an insult to Indian army, directly an insult to national investigation authorities. It is an insult to them, and he should apologize for it. ये डर्टी पॉलिटिक्स को आप मत घुसाइए इस इंडियन आर्मी और अपने जितने भी डिफेंस के लोग हैं उनके बीच में. कीप योर पॉलिटिक्स विथ यू. This is about India. This is about Indian Army.
Aishanya Dwivedi is the wife of Shubham Dwivedi. She lost her husband in the Pahalgam attack. And when we spoke, and she was on the Republic campus, and she spoke about our armed forces, saluting our armed forces for teaching Pakistan a lesson. We taught them a lesson, Aishanya, but this Congress party leader says our Air Force was defeated. The words he used were, our Air Force was defeated. And he asked whether we need an army at all. So, do you think the party leadership should apologize? Because it's gone too far. Even when you were here, there were some controversial comments.
Yes. See, first of all, he need to apologize, because I am again saying it is not about any political party. It is about Indian Army. Second of all, when he comes up and says we do not need defense system, then he should understand that if he's sleeping at his house properly, if he's at his home, if his family is safe, it is all because of the Indian Army. It is all because of the defense system. It is not because of him or anyone else. It is about the defense system. They keep us safe. They keep us alive. If at home, if here I am alive, if there he is alive, it's the reason of Indian Army. The way he's saying we don't need Indian Army, we do need. And air base, as he said, कि air base ने aircraft ने सारा काम किया था and everything. There was no Indian Army in groundwork related. That is how they work. जहाँ पे जिस चीज की जरूरत होगी वहां वो काम करेंगे. ऐसा नहीं. The way he is doing right now, questioning Indian Army, where he just want to put BJP down without using his mind. The same thing he thinks the Indian Army do. उनको जहाँ जरूरत होगी वो उसका ही काम करेंगे. जहाँ एयर फोर्स की जरूरत होगी वहाँ एयर फोर्स, जहाँ नेवी की जरूरत होगी वहाँ नेवी की जरूरत होगी. ये who is he to question? Who are we to question that?
Yeah. Aishanya, I thank you for joining us, on this broadcast.
you.
We felt we should, just get a sense of what the victims feel when you hear such politics. Thank you for joining us. Didn't want to drag you in, but wanted to get your view on this. The Prime Minister speaking at the Ethiopian Parliament. I'm having to cut across. Let's cut across for a few minutes.
In this great building, your laws are shaped. Here, the will of the people becomes the will of the state. And when the will of the state is in harmony with the will of the people, the wheel of programs moves forward with hope and purpose. Through you, I am also speaking to your farmers in the fields, to the entrepreneurs building new ideas, to the proud women leading communities and institutions, and to the young people of Ethiopia who are shaping the future. I thank you for the immense privilege. Yesterday, I was also honored to receive the Grand Honor Nishan of Ethiopia from my dear friend, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. I accept this award with folded hands, with humility, on behalf of the people of India. Am Sagnalo. Honorable members, Ethiopia is one of the oldest civilizations in human history. Here, history is alive in the mountains, in the valleys, and in the hearts of the Ethiopian people. Today, Ethiopia stands tall because its roots are deep. To stand in Ethiopia is to stand where the past is honored, the present is full of purpose, and the future is welcomed with open hearts. The blend of old and new, this balance between ancient wisdom and modern ambition, this is the true strength of Ethiopia. The spirit of Medemer or synergy is very familiar to us in India. Like the monolithic churches of Lalibela, the ancient rock temples of Tamil Nadu in India are also prayers set in stone. We too are an ancient civilization, walking confidently into the future. With the call of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas, together for everyone's growth, with everyone's trust and effort. Our emotions for our motherland also reflect our shared perspectives. India's national song, Vande Mataram, and the Ethiopian national anthem, both refer to our land as the mother. They inspire us to take pride in the heritage, culture, national beauty, and protect the motherland. Honorable members, science has traced some of the earliest footprints of our species in Ethiopia. When the world speaks of Lucy, of Dinkinesh, they are not speaking only of fossil. They are speaking of a beginning. A beginning that belongs to all of us, whether we live in Addis Ababa or in Ayodhya. In India, we say, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The world is one family. It reminds us that beyond politics, beyond borders, beyond differences, we share a common origin. And if our beginning was shared, then our destiny must also be shared. Honorable members, India and Ethiopia share warmth in climate as well as in spirit. Nearly 2,000 years ago, our ancestors built connections across great waters. Across the Indian Ocean, merchants sailed with spices, cotton, coffee, and gold. But they traded more than goods. They exchanged ideas, stories, and way of life. Ports like Adulis and Dholera were not just trade centers. They were bridges between civilizations. In modern times, our relationship entered a new era. Indian soldiers fought alongside Ethiopians for the liberation of Ethiopia in 1941. Our formal diplomatic relations began soon after India became independent. But even before embassies were set up, our people had already started writing a new chapter together. Thousands of Indian teachers came to Ethiopia. They taught children in Addis Ababa, in Dire, from Bahirdar to Mekele. They reached Ethiopian schools and entered Ethiopian hearts. Even today, many Ethiopian parents speak warmly about Indian teachers who shaped the future of their children. And just as Indian teachers came here, Ethiopian students also traveled to India, seeking knowledge and friendship. They went to India as students, and returned home as the builders of modern Ethiopia. I am told that some of them are present here in this parliament right now. Including the Honorable Speaker Tagese Chapo. They have also played a special role in building our people-to-people ties because they introduced Ethiopian cuisine in India. In India, we also enjoy eating Sri Anna, millets like ragi and bajra. So, the flavor of Ethiopian taf is very comforting for us. And since we enjoy eating the Indian thali, the European bayanetu also feels very familiar to us. Honorable members, today Indian companies are among the largest foreign investors in Ethiopia. They have invested more than $5 billion in diverse sectors like textiles, manufacturing, agriculture, health, and more. And they have created more than 75,000 local jobs. But I'm sure we can all agree our partnership has a lot more potential. That is why Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and I took a big step forward yesterday. We have decided to elevate our bilateral relationship to the level of a strategic partnership. This will unleash the potential of our economics through cooperation in technology, innovation, mining, sustainability, and clean energy. It will also secure the future of our peoples through cooperation in food security, health security, and capacity building. In addition, we will also enhance our trade and investment cooperation as well as on defense and security matters. Honorable members, as developing countries, we have a lot to learn from and offer to each other. Agriculture forms the backbone of our two nations. It feeds our people. It sustains our farmers. It connects tradition with innovation. We can work together to develop better seeds, irrigation systems, and soil health technologies. As climate change affects rainfall and crop cycles, we can share knowledge in climate resilient farming, from dairy farming to farm mechanization, from millet research to food processing. Together, we can help our farmers prosper. Honorable members, in India, we have built a robust digital public infrastructure. It has transformed the way we deliver services and how people access them. Today, every citizen in India can use technology for payments, for identity, and for government services. More than half of the world's real-time digital payments now happen in India. Welfare benefits worth over $500 billion have reached hundreds of millions of beneficiaries directly in their bank accounts without leakages or corruption. 3 times every year, nearly 100 million farmers receive financial assistance at the click of a button. As you roll out the Digital Ethiopia 2025 strategy, we are ready to share our expertise and our experience with Ethiopia. And we are honored that you have picked India as a trusted partner to develop the data center for your foreign ministry. Honorable members, India is known as the pharmacy of the world. During the COVID pandemic, the entire world was worried. It was a very difficult time. Despite limited resources, we considered it our sacred duty to humanity to do everything possible to help others. India sent medicines and vaccines to more than 150 countries. It was India's proud privilege to supply Ethiopia with over 4 million vaccine doses. And our good fortune to do so in partnership with the WHO, led by Dr. Tedros, a proud son of Ethiopia, known in India as Tulsi Bhai. I'm glad that our healthcare cooperation is growing from pharmaceuticals to hospitals and from traditional medicine to telemedicine. We are committed to strengthen our health security cooperation further, from provisioning of new equipment in hospitals to capacity building to healthcare professionals. Honorable members, Ethiopia sits at a crossroads of Africa. India stands at the heart of the Indian Ocean. We are natural partners in regional peace, security, and connectivity. Our commitment to mutual security becomes stronger with the signing of the Defense Cooperation Agreement earlier this year. This arrangement focuses on closer military cooperation. It includes collaboration in cybersecurity, in defense industries, in joint research, and in capacity building. I take this opportunity to thank Ethiopia for your solidarity after the terrorist attack in India in Pahalgam in April. I also thank you for receiving our all-party parliamentary delegation so warmly and for affirming the commitment of zero tolerance towards terrorism. Honorable members, as vibrant and diverse democracies, we both understand that democracy is a way of life and it is a journey. It is shaped sometimes by debate, sometimes by disagreement, but always by belief in the rule of law and the will of the people. Both our constitutions are reflects this spirit. India's constitution begins with the words, "We the people of India." Ethiopia's constitution begins with, "We each Victory Monument. This monument is a timeless reminder of how Ethiopia's victory inspired the entire colonized world in its quest for dignity and freedom. And in these times of conflict and uncertainty, it is a reminder that the people of the global South can stand up for themselves. Honorable members, Mahatma Gandhi gave us the concept of trusteeship. We do not own this beautiful planet and its resources. Instead, we are trustees who must take care of them and pass them to our children. The spirit of trusteeship that guides India's एक पेड़ मां के नाम, a tree for mother. A tree for mother initiative is also reflected in Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative. Both our nations believed in caring for Mother Earth. Both believe in giving back to nature. Together, let us work on renewable energy and green jobs. Let us work on disaster-resilient infrastructure and biofuels. And let us raise a strong voice for climate justice. India will be happy to support Ethiopia's effort to give a powerful voice to the Global South at COP32 in 2027. Honorable members, I am told that there is a saying in Ethiopia, when spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. We too believe in India that man mile to parvat bhi rasta de dete hain. When hearts are united, even mountains give way. Indeed, solidarity is a strength and cooperation is power. And today, as nations of the global south, as ancient civilization, as friends, India and Ethiopia are standing together. We stand together as member of one family, and we work for a world that is more just, more equal, and more peaceful. It was here in Addis Ababa that the dreams of African unity found a home. I am told that many streets of this wonderful city are even named after African countries. On the other side of the Indian Ocean, it was in New Delhi that India was honored to welcome the African Union as a permanent member of the G20. Last year, we marked another historic step with the inclusion of Ethiopia as a full member of the BRICS. In fact, over the 11 years of my government, the connection between India and Africa has grown many-fold. During this period, we have exchanged more than 100 visits at the level of head of the states and governments. Honorable members, the global south is writing its own destiny, and India and Ethiopia share a vision for it. Our vision is of a world where the global south rises not against anyone, but for everyone. A world where development is fair, where technology is accessible, and where sovereignty is respected. A world where prosperity is shared and peace is defended. And a world where decision-making reflects today's reality, not the world of 1945. Because the world cannot move forward if its system remains locked in the past. That is why India has emphasized a global development compact. It will prioritize technology sharing, affordable finance, capacity building, and trade of sustainable growth. That is why at the G20 summit In November, I called for an Africa Skill Multiplier Initiative to train 1 million trainers. It will build local capacities and help your efforts towards inclusive and sustainable development. Honorable members, my personal association with tea is well known, but it is impossible to come to Ethiopia and not mention coffee. It is one of your greatest gifts to the world. In an Ethiopian coffee ceremony, people sit together, time slows down, and friendship deepens. In India, too, a cup of tea is an invitation to talk, to share, to connect. And just like Ethiopian coffee and Indian tea, our friendship is brewing strongest. Today, I stand before you among sisters and brothers with a deep sense of gratitude and bright hope for the future. The future is calling, and India and Ethiopia are ready to answer. Honorable members, as I conclude, I give you my word that we will work together as equals. We will build together as partners. And we will succeed together as friends. Thank you for the honor of addressing this parliament. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your trust. Tabbaraku. Dena hunnu. Am sagnalo. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are the visuals coming in from the Ethiopian Parliament, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has just addressed the joint session. It is all smiles and a long-standing ovation to the Indian Prime Minister as he concluded his address on deepening the bilateral relationship between India and Ethiopia. On his two-day visit on the second leg of his three-nation tour, the Prime Minister has deepened the strategic partnership with Ethiopia by bringing in an additional strategic dimension. Not only India has signed 8 memorandums of understanding over the last 2 2 days while the Prime Minister has been visiting Ethiopia for the first time since he took reins in New Delhi. This has also been a landmark moment where the Prime Minister was also awarded Ethiopia's, highest civilian honor, which was bestowed upon the people of India through Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is all smiles in the Ethiopian parliament as it stood in congratulations and gratitude to the Prime Minister for his address to that joint session of the Parliament. After this, Prime Minister Modi is expected to travel to Oman now for his third and final leg of his three-nation tour from the Levant in Jordan, where he started now to the Horn of Africa and Ethiopia, which is the second most populous nation in Africa, one of the key allies of India in terms of defense and now trade and other dimensions. Let me also bring you the details of all those agreements that were signed by the Prime Minister before coming to this joint parliamentary session. He has signed various MOUs while leveling up and upgrading ties between India and Indonesia to now a strategic partnership, including various other agreements signed to deepen our bilateral ties, from peacekeeping troops to data centers to debt restructuring. That's the latest coming in on India and Ethiopia's new and renewed strategic partnership. And while India has been building bridges in Ethiopia, ladies and gentlemen, it's Bangladesh now which has been a cause of concern. And in the latest, the Bangladeshi High Commissioner has been summoned to the Ministry of External Affairs after recent remarks of certain politicians in Bangladesh over the threat alleged against Indian diplomats in Dhaka. That's the latest coming in at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. The Bangladeshi High Commissioner has been summoned. That is Mohammad Riaz Hamidullah, the Bangladeshi High Commissioner in New Delhi, has been issued a formal diplomatic protest or a demarche over the recent attacks on the Indian High Commissioner in Dhaka and the inflammatory and anti-India comments made by certain politicians. Those are the visuals of him going into the Ministry of External Affairs while he was issued that demarche. Those are exclusive visuals only on Republic of the Bangladeshi envoy there going in. This has come specifically after various hate comments were made by certain quote-unquote student leaders in Dhaka of the newly formed National Citizens Party over cutting off the Northeast and the Seven Sisters and in fact even threatening our diplomats. My colleague Chandrakala joins us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. With more details, Chandrakala, you're outside the Ministry of External Affairs. What's the latest that you're picking up on the demarche now issued to the Bangladeshi High Commissioner? All right. We'll be getting in those details in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, but that's the latest coming in at the moment. The Bangladeshi High Commissioner has been issued a demarche. And my colleague Chandrakala joins us live now on the broadcast. Chandrakala, what are the details that you're tracking?
Yes, of course. Now India has summoned the Bangladesh High Commissioner M. Riaz Hamidullah to the Minister of External Affairs today, just a while ago, over concerns related to the security of the Indian High Commission in Dhaka following the receipt of a threat. Now, this move comes amid recent anti-India remarks by the NCP leader, the National Citizen Party leader Hasnat Abdullah, previously this week, who reportedly made a public speech threatening to isolate India's northeastern states and provide refuge to separatist groups in the event of instability in Bangladesh. Now, Abdullah is actually known for his strong anti-India stance. Now, we know that what sources are confirming that the Minister of External Affairs has conveyed India's concerns regarding the safety and security of its diplomatic mission and personally in Dhaka. And when we know that, of course, that India has removed all its non-essential staff from the Indian High Commission in Dhaka since 2024, when, of course, which has led to the unrest in the country, leading to the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. So, yes, the Bangladesh High Commission has been summoned here just a while ago, and India has issued a strong protest regarding the threat being issued in the Indian High Commission there in Dhaka.
Chandrakala, also give us more details, because what we are collecting at the moment is that the meeting lasted for about 20 minutes and in fact the High Commissioner there was summoned by the Joint Secretary of the Bangladesh and Myanmar Division. There are some serious apprehensions now, starting with Mohammed Yunus making such similar statements on Seven Sisters, first in China and now it becoming a very popular, open kind of a political discourse in Bangladesh with just 2 months left to the general elections there. What kind of protest has India registered and why it was important to now summon the High Commissioner there and raise it formally?
I have already mentioned that the Minister of External Affairs has taken up this matter quite seriously with the Bangladesh authority. Now that with elections slated for early 2026, this inflammatory rhetoric risks further complicating relations between the neighbors. Now we know that Hasnat Abdullah, a prominent leader of Bangladesh's newly formed National Citizen Party, and a figure from the student-led government movement, that has toppled Hasina's government, has spoken out again, has given an anti-India remark, of course, targeting the India's northeastern states, and he is saying that he has warned that Bangladesh could shelter separatist and anti-India forces and potentially severe India's northeastern states, often referred to as the Seven Sisters from the rest of the country. It's something very serious at this moment, and India has taken up this issue quite seriously. We'll have to wait and watch as to what could be the outcome, because now that India has lodged a strong demarche against summoning the High Commissioner, is something very serious to look at.
Thank you very much, Chandrakala, for tracking those details, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to more breaking news details coming in after the Ministry of External Affairs summoned the Bangladesh High Commissioner there for a strong demarche over the comments being made on India's Seven Sisters. All right, in the interim, we are getting more breaking news details coming in. The Income Tax Department has now conducted a raid on the Bastion pub, which is reportedly owned by Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty, located in the on Church Street in Bengaluru. Bastion is also known as one of the city's most expensive and high-end pubs. Ladies and gentlemen, the Income Tax Department has carried out inspections and verification of documents during this raid. So trouble continues to mount for Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty there, with more raids being conducted this time at her very popular Bengaluru pub Bastion, which is one of the most high-end pubs in the city of Bengaluru. The Income Tax Department has carried out various inspection of documents in various cases related to it, but trouble continues to mount as the Income Tax Department has now raided a pub in Bengaluru, which is owned by Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty. That's the latest coming in. The Income Tax Department has now carried out a raid and inspection at the Bastion pub in Bengaluru, which belongs to Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty. The income tax officials have conducted this raid in connection to inspections and verification of documents. And during this raid, these documents by the Income Tax Department are on the radar, in the connection to which case we'll be bringing you more details on this story in just a second. But that's the latest coming in. More trouble continues to mount for Shilpa Shetty, the Bollywood actress whose Bengaluru pub has now been inspected by the Income Tax Department. All right, that's the latest visual coming in, ladies and gentlemen, exclusive by Republic Kannada, where the Income Tax Department officials reached the Bastion pub in Bengaluru today. My colleague Abhishek joins us live on the broadcast with more details. Abhishek, do tell us more about this raid that has been carried out at the very popular and high-end Bastion pub in Bengaluru, owned by Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty.
One of the prime locations, one of the major pubs which has been operating in Bengaluru since a long time, which is owned by Shilpa Shetty. It was operating after the working hours last couple of days ago, and also we had found that there was a fight in the Bastion pub which actually broke out the news in the last couple of days, after which a FIR was filed. And today marks another day where the income tax officials have raided the Bastion Garden City pub, which is being operated by Shilpa Shetty, because they had received that there are some discrepancies in the financial aspect of the pub which is owned by Shilpa Shetty, and the seizure or the raid has been continued as of now, and we are awaiting much more response from the IT sources as of now, but it is unclear as to why this Income Tax Department raided all of a sudden without giving any hint, or probably even without any complaint as of now. But we will have to wait for our sources to reveal what has been found in the books of accounts in the Bastion City's pub as of now. Kritarth.
All right, thank you very much, Abhishek, for bringing us those details. Ladies and gentlemen, the income tax raid on Shilpa Shetty's pub owned in Bengaluru, the name is Bastion, and the IT radar now tightens on Shilpa Shetty, the Bollywood actress. Moving on to more breaking news details, ladies and gentlemen, that we are tracking for you from across Bharat. This is Bharat in 1 minute. Opposition MPs staged protest in Parliament premises over National Herald case and demanded Prime Minister Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah's resignation after a Delhi court refused to take cognizance of the ED's money laundering charge sheet against Congress MPs Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar joined the Congress protest at the centre's decision to rename Manrega scheme. Congress party also called for a nationwide protest against the centre over renaming the Manrega scheme as VBMG scheme. 3 people died and 1 was injured after a car lost control and rammed into a tree. The emergency team rescued 4 people. 1 survivor has been sent to the civil hospital, while bodies of the 3 others have been handed over to the police for post-mortem in Gujarat's Amreli. Coming up next on Live and Breaking, Ajit Pawar's son Parth Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows that he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing. The Ajit Pawar linked Parth Pawar land scam now grows bigger, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back, we'll bring you more details. Do not go anywhere. Republic is Live and Breaking.
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा प्योर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा प्योर मसाला।
प्लीज स्टॉप। झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका। नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। तेरा झुमका। मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat.
watching Republic.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Krutat Patnaik, at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Our top story continues to remain the new letter that has now emerged in a shocking twist in the Parth Pawar-linked land scam in Pune. In that letter, we find details of how the documents were allegedly asked to be expedited in this very, very important case linked to the Deputy Chief Minister's son in Maharashtra. And I'll bring you all those details in just a moment. But as always, let's start this Live and Breaking Bulletin with the headlines. Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan, after insulting the Indian Armed Forces, now defends his statement, says we don't need a large army.
Okay. You have right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो यार.
अच्छा ठीक.
बिल्कुल मेरा right है. Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
When asked for an apology, top Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan says that an apology is out of question. Congress leadership goes completely silent on Prithviraj Chavan's statement, not even an apology that has been issued. Man kills wife and two daughters over no burqa, buries them at home in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. Burqa triple murder in Uttar Pradesh shocks the nation. Bodies excavated after 6 days. Parth Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing.
I also thank you for receiving our all party parliamentary delegation so warmly and for affirming the commitment of zero tolerance.
Prime Minister Modi addresses the Ethiopian parliament, says both nations are committed to countering terrorism as the nations elevate their partnership to a new strategic dimension. And ladies and gentlemen, we start this bulletin with a shocking case of the burqa butcher this afternoon. A shocking incident came to light from the Shamli district of Uttar Pradesh, where a wife's decision to not go to her parents' house without wearing a burqa proved fatal when her husband shot her and killed upon her. Upon returning home after a month, when their two daughters woke up at the night hearing the gunshots, he killed them both too and buried all three in a 6-foot deep pit that he had dug in the house, part of his plan. 6 days later, the accused confessed to the police during a questioning that he had killed his wife and two daughters, and now around 10 a.m. this morning, the police excavated the house and recovered the bodies of the three, sending them for post-mortem examination. That's the shocking case coming in from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district, where a man in a fit of rage not only killed his wife but also his two daughters over a demand for wearing burqa. Let's go to the ground zero and bring you the details of the shocking case from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district. My colleague Komal reporting for us.
9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा है। यहाँ पे फारूक ने अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों को दफना दिया। कट्टरपंथी सोच जो है फारूक की वो निकल के सामने आई है और उसी सोच ने देखिए उसकी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों की जान जो है उसने ले ली है। और ऐसे में बुर्का नहीं पहनने से, जिस तरह से देखिए कल एसपी का भी बयान सामने आया था, जो फारूक ने पुलिस के सामने भी बयान दिया है कि वो मायके गई थी और ऐसे में बुर्का नहीं पहनी थी। उस बात से बहुत ही ज्यादा वो आहत था। उसे पैसे भी मांगी, पैसे नहीं दिए, इस बात से बहुत ही आहत था। उसे नीचा दिखाया गया और ऐसे में उसने हत्या जो है अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटी की कर दी। ये गड्ढे में उसने दफन करके रखा। इसके साथ ही अगर हम आपको पहले तो इस घर की तस्वीर दिखाएं, संतोष थोड़ा सा इधर कैमरा पैन करके भी दिखाइए। देखिए बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटीरियर ये इलाका है एकदम। आप अगर शामली से अंदर आएंगे, गांव के अंदर आएंगे तो यहाँ पे ये 2 कमरा है। ये कुदाल आपको नजर आ रहा होगा जिससे जो है गड्ढा भरा था। जब उसने इस पूरे वारदात को अंजाम दिया और उसी के बाद वारदात को अंजाम देने के बाद इस कुदाल की मदद से उसने गड्ढे को भरा। अब यहाँ पे अगर और तस्वीर दिखाए तो ये दिखाइए किस तरह से यहाँ पे आपको एक राख नजर आ रहा होगा। दरअसल फारूक ने क्या कहा अपने बच्चों को, अपने परिवार में उसने यही कहा कि उसने अपनी पत्नी और दोनों बेटियों को अलग से किराए का मकान दे दिया है, वो वहां रह रही है। लेकिन सच बात ये थी कि उसने उसके पूरे कपड़े को जो है यहाँ पे जला दिया ताकि किसी को कोई शक ना हो। अगर वो कपड़े देखेंगे तो जाहिर तौर पर ये सवाल जरूर खड़े होंगे कि आखिर कपड़े तो यहाँ है, आप कह रहे हो आपने दूसरी जगह मकान लेकर के उनको घर पे दे दिया है। तो ऐसे में देखिए शक जो है वो गहराता चला गया। बच्चे लगातार सवाल कर रहे थे क्योंकि 2 बेटा भी है, वो सवाल कर रहे थे। तो ऐसे में देखिए फिर उसने अपने परिवार में अपने दादा से बात की, बच्चे ने बताया और उसके बाद देखिए ये जो पूरा मामला है वो परत दर परत खुलते गया।
नाम का व्यक्ति है और उसके पत्नी और 2 बच्चियां गायब हैं। तत्काल हमारे चौकी इंचार्ज गंगेरू, हमारे SHO कांतला सतीश मौके पे आए और फारूक जिसकी पत्नी और बच्चे गायब थे उससे उन लोगों ने सख्ती से पूछताछ की और उसने बताया कि मेरी पत्नी के साथ मैं और हमारे 5 बच्चे घर में रहते, बहुत गरीब मैं था और मैं होटल पे काम करता, रोटी बनाने काम करता था मैं। हमारी पत्नी विगत 1 महीने पहले, चूँकि मैं गरीब था और हमारी शादी मंसूरपुर मुजफ्फरनगर में हुई थी, वो हमसे कुछ पैसे मांग रही थी। इसको लेके हमारा विवाद हो गया था और बिना वो बुर्का और नकाब के अपने मैके चली गई अपनी छोटी बच्ची को लेकर के। इस बात को लेकर काफ़ी परेशान था कि हमारी इज्जत चली गई और मैं जाके 1 महीने बाद अपनी पति को घर पे लेके आया यहाँ पे और तभी से मेरे मन में भाव जग गया कि लग रहा है इसका मामला कुछ और है और मुझे मेरी इज्जत अब नहीं करती है ये, और तभी मैंने इसको जान से मारने का प्लान बनाया।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the shocking case coming in from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district. My colleague Komal reporting for us live from Ground Zero. Komal, take it away. What are the updates that you're tracking from Ground Zero?
बिल्कुल देखिए, अगर शामली जिला की ही बात करें तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंटीरियर ये इलाका है। यहाँ पे एक तरफ आपको पुलिस की मौजूदगी भी घर के बाहर नज़र आ रही होगी और ये 2 घर है, यानी एक पहला वाला जो आपको गेट नज़र आ रहा है यहाँ पे फारूक का परिवार रहता है और ये जिस गेट में अंदर जाएंगे और आपको वो गड्ढा दिखाएंगे, यहाँ पे फारूक जो है अपनी पत्नी और अपने बच्चों के साथ रहा करता था। लेकिन ऐसे में देखिए सबसे पहले आपको ये गड्ढा दिखाए तो 9 फीट गहरा ये गड्ढा है। इस गड्ढे को उसने किया और उस गड्ढा करने के बाद देखिए किस तरह से शवों को जो है यहाँ पे ठिकाना उसने लगा दिया। और ऐसे में जो उनकी माता से अभी हमने बात की फारूक की, तो फारूक की माता भी यही कह रही थी कि बगल का ही उनका ये घर है, लेकिन परिवार से कोई आना जाना नहीं था। फारूक जो है वो हमेशा से एक सनकी मिजाज का रहा और ऐसे में काफी पाबंदी में वो अपनी पत्नी अपने बच्चों को रखता था। संतोष थोड़ा इधर भी कैमरा दिखाइए और ये घर दिखाइए। ये देखिए, ये 2 कमरा है, ईंट का बना हुआ है ये घर और बताए तो देखिए कच्चा सा ये मकान है, लेकिन यहाँ पे आपको कुदाली भी नजर आ रही होगी जिससे गड्ढा भरा जाता है। ये रूम, ये कमरा जहाँ पे परिवार के साथ जो है उसकी फारूक की पत्नी और 2 बेटियां सो रही होती है, लेकिन ऐसे में ही वो बाहर निकलती हैं और ऐसे में 2 गोलियां जो है उसने अपनी पत्नी और बेटी को मारी और उसके बाद छोटी बेटी जैसे ही उसकी नींद खुलती है गोली की आवाज से तो डंडे से मार के पहले उसकी चोट सर पर चोट करता है और ऐसे में सर पर जब गहरी चोट आती है और उसकी भी मौत हो जाती है। उसके बाद शवों को ठिकाना लगाने के लिए गड्ढा 9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा जो है वो किया जाता है। लेकिन सवाल यही है कि आखिर इतनी कट्टरपंथी सोच कहां से आई कि महिला बिना मायके जो गई, बिना बुर्खा पहन के गई और ऐसे में इतना वो गुस्सा हो गया, इतना नाराज हो गया कि उसने अपनी 2 बच्ची और अपनी पत्नी को देखिए मौत के घाट उतार दिया, सभी को झकझोर कर रख दिया है। अगर हम परिवार की ही बात करें तो देखिए परिवार का भी काफी ज्यादा रो करके बुरा हाल है। आस पड़ोस जब महिलाओं से भी हमने बात की तो उनका भी ये कहना है कि ये बहुत ही गलत है कि अगर एक महिला बिना बुर्खा के वो अपने मायके चली जा रही है तो ऐसे में उसको मार देना, उसका कत्ल कर देना एक कट्टरपंथी सोच को भी दर्शाता है। और ऐसे में अगर आस पड़ोस की ही बात करें, यहाँ पे भी भीड़ देखे लग गई है, लोग भी यहाँ पे पहुंच रहे हैं। हालांकि फारूक को लेकर के जब भी उनसे सवाल किया जा रहा है तो यही कहना है कि फारूक किसी से कोई लेना देना रखता ही नहीं था, शांत रहता था और ऐसे में देखिए उसने इतनी बड़ी घटना को अंजाम दे दिया है। 9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा, इसको भरा, उसमें भरने में भी काफी ज्यादा समय लगा होगा और यही नहीं, चालाकी इतनी ज्यादा थी, परिवार को शक तब हुआ, पहले वो परिवार को, आस पड़ोस के लोगों को, छोटा बेटा जो है उसे यही बोल के टहलाता गया कि कमरे किराए के मकान में जो है उसकी बहनें और उसकी पत्नी है। लेकिन ऐसे में 2 दिन पहले जब ये कल चूंकि रात में पकड़ाया है और ऐसे में 2 दिन पहले यहाँ पे ये जो राख आपको नजर आ रहा होगा ये कपड़ों का राख है, यानी जो कपड़े रखे हुए थे उसे भी उसने जला दिया। जब परिवार ने देखा कि ये कपड़े आखिर क्यों जला दिए तो ऐसे में परिवार को शक होता है और शक होने के बाद जो है पुलिस को सूचना दी जाती है, जिसके बाद देखिए इस पूरी सनसनीखेज वारदात जो है वो निकल के सामने आती है। कुछ लोग भी यहाँ पे हैं, वो भी लगातार लगातार देखने ही आ रहे हैं। फारूक को लेकर के कुछ ज्यादा जानकारी है आप लोगों को, कैसा मिजाज का था वो?
नहीं जी।
मतलब अच्छा एक बात बताइए, बिना बुर्का पहने अगर मायका चली गई महिला और उसके साथ इस तरह से बर्ताव करना क्या सही है? उसको मौत के घाट उतार देना कैसे देख रहे हैं, ये तो बता ही सकते हैं आप लोग।
हाँ जी, देखो इंसाफ तो मिलना ही चाहिए।
क्या कहेंगे? बिना बुर्का अगर मायके कोई जा रहा है, बिना बुर्का पहन के वो जा रही है, तो क्या उसको मौत के घाट उतार देना चाहिए? कोई इजाजत देता है इसकी? कोई भी धर्म इस बात की इजाजत देता है?
इसकी कोई इजाजत नहीं देता। देखो थोड़ा बहुत तो ऊंच नीच होता रहता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the ground report coming in from the Shamli district in Uttar Pradesh, where my colleague Komal is reporting for us live. Let me also take you through the other updates that we are tracking in this story, ladies and gentlemen. Komal, thank you for bringing us those details. And in the interim, let's also take a look at what the mother of the accused has said in this entire conversation, where she is saying that this was an often occurrence where his son was at odds with the wife and the daughters, and they would be locked inside often. These are some shocking details coming in. Listen into the mother of the main accused in this case and what she had to say.
फारूक जो कि आरोपी है, उनकी माता जी हमारे साथ है। माता जी, फारूक किस मिजाज का शख्स था? क्योंकि जैसा कि उसने पुलिस को भी बताया कि बुर्का नहीं पहनने से बहुत नाराज हो गया, कभी ऐसे अनबन करता था कपड़ों को लेके भी वो?
जी वो पर्दे से में रखा था, बुरखे से मैं अंदर रहती, बाहर नहीं आती, बच्चे आ जाते हैं। कोई बाहर का काम इतना हमारे साथ रहा, ठीक हम कर देते, हमारे साथ लड़ाई कर रखी थी साल से वजह बनते हैं।
आप लोगों से बात नहीं होती थी?
ना बाप से ना अम्मी से। बच्चे थे मेरे पास आ जाते, कोई चीज की तमन्ना थी ले जाते, दे देते। हाँ,
तो जब जैसे उनकी पत्नी और दोनों बेटियां जो हैं वो गायब हो गई, उसने तो दफना दिया, लेकिन परिवार को या आस पड़ोस में किसी को भनक नहीं लगी, तो आप लोगों ने पूछा आखिर कहाँ हैं वो लोग, आ नहीं रहे हैं, क्या जवाब मिलता था?
बच्चों ने बताया मेरी अम्मी, मेरा हम घर बनाओगे, मेरी अम्मी ने शामली वो ले गए किराए पर कमरा, वहाँ छोड़ दी।
In the interim, ladies and gentlemen, a new twist has unfolded in the ongoing controversy surrounding the alleged 300 crore government land scam in Pune's Mundhwa area, where 40 acres of a plot of Maharvatan land classified as government-owned land was leased for a botanical survey of India and was reportedly then sold to Amdia Enterprises LLP, a firm in which Parth Pawar, the son of Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, holds a majority stake. A letter now allegedly signed by Parth Pawar urging the district administration to expedite the registration of the land in his name on official records has now surfaced, with claims that it demonstrates direct involvement and pressure on the officials to fast-track the entire process. While the transaction has faced several allegations of undervaluation and improper stamp duty waivers and procedural irregularities leading to the FIR, arrest and ongoing probe, Parth Pawar has not been named in the official complaints, in fact even given a clean chit in the investigation that was conducted by the Maharashtra government-formed SIT. So now big questions are emerging on this massive Pawar clincher as this exclusive document has been accessed by us, and my colleague Meenakshi joins us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. Meenakshi, do tell us about the letter that we have accessed and what does it tell us about this case?
Yes, as you have already mentioned that Republic has accessed the remand copy of Speaker Tejwani, and why what we have seen in this copy is very important. It's number 8, number 11 and number 12 points. What is here is that clearly police is claiming here that the accused along with the co-accused in collusion with MAG Enterprise LLP and the District Industry Center Pune got the deed registered by falsely claiming stamp duty exemption, even though no such exemption was actually granted as per rules. So police is claiming in their remand copy of Sheetal Tejwani that Amedia Enterprise is involved in this case, and also claiming alleged role of Amedia Enterprise. So it's clear investigation that Amedia Enterprise is has a key role in this case. What we have seen from the first day is that Pune Police arrested Sheetal Tejwani. Pune Police also arrested Sub-Registrar Ravindra Taru. But Pune Police is not doing anything on Amedia Enterprise, not investigating proper role of Amedia Enterprise. No action has been taken against Amedia Enterprise. Why?
We know Energy Enterprise, who own this company. Parth Pawar has 99% of share of this company, and one Digvijay Patil, who has owned 1% of share of this company. Now, Digvijay Patil skipped 4 summons, and after that he appeared before Pune Police, and 3 hours of interrogation he left Bavdan Police Station. And we are getting information that Pune Police, while interrogation with Digvijay Patil, Pune Police claim that Digvijay Patil has not said anything on this land deal. So, Digvijay Patil's role also are not properly investigating in this case. As we have seen the activists raising this point, the question on this point. Mr. Vijay Simba repeated. He said that all this investigation is eyewash and it's scripted. You know, already Bombay High Court said that who is trying to protect? Pune Police is trying to protect whom? And this raises also big question. Now, Pune Police investigation, Pune Police actually what they are doing on this investigation. Are they really protecting someone? Protecting Deputy Chief Minister's son, Parth Pawar? If they are not protecting, then they have to prove that they are not protecting Parth Pawar. And they have to do proper investigation on Energy Enterprise. They claimed on remand copy that Energy Enterprise role is big in this case, but they are not taking any action against Energy Enterprise. They have not yet arrested Digvijay Patil. So, in this case, it's clear, is it really eyewash by Pune Police in this Pune land scam? Back to studio.
All right, thank you so much, Meenakshi, for joining us with those details coming in on that story. We'll be shifting our focus to other breaking news that we are getting in from Karnataka. Now, the crackdown on the Karnataka's prisons continue under the newly appointed DG Prisons, Director General of Prisons, Alok Kumar. Authorities intensifying searches over the last 36 hours and seizing a range of illegal items that have been smuggled into jails across the state. During the special drive now, the officials recovered mobile phones, knives, narcotics, underscoring serious security lapses with 6 mobile phones, as you can see on your screens. Mobile phones and 4 knives have also been found at the central prison of Bengaluru, while Mysuru prison researchers led to the seizure of the 9 mobile phones and 11 SIM cards as the prison department vowed strict action to curb contraband and tighten the jail security. Abhishek joins us on the phone line for more. Abhishek, well, now this is a proof of what's been going on once again and the prisons of Karnataka as a crackdown continues. Now, phones, mobile phones, and not just mobile phones, knives have also been found.
Rakshita, this isn't the first time that various substances in the jail have been secured. And after Alok Kumar, who took in charge as the DGP of the prisons, has very clearly mentioned to all the SPs of the various other jails located in the entire state that if at all any harmful item or any harmful substance is found within the jail without the notice of any SPs or any officers, all of them will have to face the consequences under the law is the point number 1 which we had mentioned as soon as he took the charge. And after which we have seen various other jails in the state of Karnataka have been raided and various other mobile phone SIM cards and unwanted substances as well as narcotic substances have been found in the jail as of now. So we will have to see how Alok Kumar responds to this and how the Home Minister responds to this at this point of time, Rakshita.
All right, thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us with those details coming in on that story, viewers. And now we shift our focus to the other story that we're tracking for you from across the country. This is Bharat in 2 minutes. Opposition MPs staged protests in Parliament premises over National Herald case and demanded Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah's resignation after a Delhi court refused to take cognizance of the ED's money laundering charge against Congress MPs Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister